hair is kind of up.
Just like the thing is cool. He doesn't really. He's a boy too, Stitchy. Yeah, you have a friend now.
It's crazy that they're almost the same size. She wants to play with her. They smell like other dogs, huh?
This is Oreo. He's their sibling and he got adopted yesterday. Look at the little pirate hat.
Goodbye to Susie.
Last time.
They are actually going to transported north. If they don't get adopted this week, they're going to be transported.
Come on, Mother.
That piece of clothes that you see there, the blue thing, that's my shirt. I wore it the first day that he got here before bed, and then I took it off and I put it on his bed in his cage so he would feel more secure because he's more attached to me from the very beginning. So for him to not cry, or we were trying to prevent that from happening at night, we put that just in case, and it worked, I guess. Or he just didn't care, because he ended up not even sleeping in that bed for the next 2 nights, or last night, yeah. Because he did sleep there the first night and the second night, and last night was his third night, so I guess he did just fine. Today is Friday, and it's going to be a week since we got our new baby, our new puppy. So I just wanted to come here and give you guys an update of how this week went. So it went pretty well, considering that he is a puppy, and we were not really planning to get a puppy. But one thing that we found from this experience, because we did get Athena, our lap pit mix, from a shelter, is that it's best if you get, at least if you get a puppy that has been taken care of by a foster parent, just because they are socialized more, they have been working on potty training a little bit, So it just worked out for the best for us. Especially in the season of life that we are right now. A puppy that is not potty trained, I mean, he's not fully potty trained, but he's somewhat potty trained, it wouldn't have worked out. So that's why I was so hesitant about getting a puppy. But he has been working on pee pads, so he has gone on the pee pads that we put near the door. That's what we did with all of our other puppies that we've had. Put the pee pads near the doggy door, near the front door, so he knows, okay, this is kind of where the outside world is, and that's where I need to go ultimately. But that's what I've been doing. Has he had, accidents in the house? Of course. He actually peed on the dog beds that we have outside in our living room. He has peed on them like 3 times already, and I've washed them. But I mean, it is what it is. It is a puppy. I know that was gonna come with having a puppy, but it's not as bad as, not having any kind of structure with him. So I think he's doing excellent from, being 4 months old and, being somewhat potty trained. He's doing amazing. And the most important part is that he can hold it at night, so he does not need to be in his kennel at night. With Stitch, we got him since he was like 6 weeks old, and it was a struggle. We would have to wake up like 3 times every single night to clean his kennel, and because he would have accidents in his kennel, and it was a nightmare. So because of Stitch, I was so hesitant about getting another puppy. We are thinking about getting him like the same size bed that the other 2 have, because we only have a small bed that used to be Lilo's. Lilo is now with my mom. She's my Chihuahua, and she was my first dog that I got in college, but we gave her to my mom because my mom asked me to give her up to her for companionship for her other dog. They grew up together, kind of, sort of, for a couple months when they were puppies, so they get along. And her other 2 dogs passed away, so she has been looking for another dog, but Lilo, one, is older and they live in an apartment, so she was like, I can't afford having a puppy because it's going to be hard to potty train in an apartment. So she's like, please give me Lilo, please give me Lilo. And so I did not want to give her up, to be honest, because she's my first dog. But I was like, okay, we'll alternate. Like, I'll give you Lilo for a week and then you give her back. And we were doing that for a little bit, and then they got sick, so she stayed with them for 3 weeks. And then finally, after 3 weeks, I went to see her, and I was like, Lilo, come on, let's go home. She did not want to go, and I respected that, and I know that she's taken care of, and all of that. So I'm at peace with the fact that she's in a good home, and I'm still gonna see her because she's with my mom. But yeah, I gave her up to my mom. But also, a few months back when we got Athena actually hurt Lilo, and she broke her back leg, and she had to have surgery. And ever since then, she's not been the same. She does not run as much as she used to, and things like that. So I've been very scared to have Lilo around Athena. And also, Lilo is very snappy. I mean, Chihuahuas are like that, and she has snapped at my daughter a couple times, so I was also scared of that. So it was a mixture of, it was the best for my mom, and it was the best for me, and it was the best for Lilo. So we only had Athena and Stitch. And then how did we come into getting our new baby? Well, after, Lilo not being with us, I was fine with it. But then, I was like, something's missing. I don't know, maybe I got used to having 3 dogs, I don't know. But I was like, I need another dog. So, I started telling my husband that we need to get another dog, and I was really set on getting a fluffy dog, like a golden doodle, because I told him we cannot get a small dog like Lilo because, you know, the dog can get hurt because Athena plays rough and all of that. So we were looking at golden doodles, but they were very expensive. Whether you adopt them or you purchase one, they were expensive. So I was still looking, but with no luck. We went to the same shelter twice, one time with my husband and then the other time by myself with my daughter, and both times I did not find a fluffy dog, and I did not feel any connection to any of the dogs, because I also told my husband, like, if we're gonna get another dog, I need to have a strong connection with this dog. Like, I felt bad for the dogs and I want to save them all, but ultimately I was like, I need to have a connection. I don't know if I'm explaining myself, but I just needed a strong connection with whatever dog we get next. So then I found out on Facebook that this rescue was gonna have an adoption event at PetSmart. So if you saw my last blog, you saw that I mentioned that I was gonna casually tell my husband that we need cat food, which we did that day, and we were gonna go. But I totally forgot at what time it was gonna take place. So I showed up like 2 hours prior, and then I'm like, you know, acting kind of dumb, like, oh look, there's cages, I think there's gonna be an adoption thing going on. And we asked the front lady working PetSmart, and she was like, yeah, they're having an adoption at 5. And it was like 3, I think, or 2. So we waited for the foster parents to show up, and we spoke to one, and she told us that they were not having fluffy dogs, and that they were all older dogs. So we waited for the dogs to get there, and again, no connection. So then we asked her, like, are they gonna have more? Because it was a all weekend type of thing, and she was like, yeah, we're gonna have more dogs coming tomorrow. And we were like, okay. So we went back Saturday, and I automatically saw the puppy that we got. Like, that was the first one that I saw when I walked in. I was like, oh my gosh, oh Lord help me. And I walked up to him, and he started licking my hand, and I just started melting instantly. And then he had 2 siblings with him, and they were all so cute but different. They look different, and I really liked his sister, and I went up to her. She also licked my hand. She was really sweet, but I was more drawn to him. So I asked the foster parent if I could have some alone time with just him outside of the cage. So we took him to the back of PetSmart, and he started like licking my daughter, kissing me, all of that, and he was fine. He was perfect. And I wish I would have recorded this because I am shocked. So, you know, I sat down on the floor with him, and, you know, I was like petting him, and I was like, you're so cute, and like he was kissing me and stuff, and I was like, hey, do you want to go home with us? And he automatically got on my lap and started kissing me. And I froze, and I just looked at my husband, and I'm like, I'm in trouble. Because I feel like this dog understood exactly what I was saying, and he wants to go home with us. So we went back to talk to the foster parent, and I was like, still deciding whether we should, because he is a puppy. He's not fluffy. He was like nothing that we were looking for when we got there. So I was very hesitant, but she was like, out of the 4 puppies that we have right now, he's the most calm, but he's also energetic because he's a puppy. But he's very calm, and I'm not trying to like be mean to the other ones, but he is my favorite. That's what she said to us. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what about his sister? And she was like, oh no, out of the 4, she's the most hyper one. And I was like, okay, nope. Not even a question. Like, she's not gonna come home with us. And then I finally decided, like, okay, this dog wants to come with us. Like, he already told me. So I started filling out the paperwork, and I asked her, because we had to go to a birthday party after this. So I was like, hey, can I leave him here? Can I put a hold on him, pay, fill out the application like he's ours? And then we come back for him, because we're going to a birthday party and I don't want to pick him up, go drop him off at home, and then leave him, you know, right after that. So she was like, oh yeah, I totally understand. She was like, yes, as long as you guys come back at before 5 p.m., he'll still be here. And we were like, okay, perfect. So we the application, we paid for the fee, and then we left, and then we went back to pick him up afterwards. But yeah, that is the story. And then when he got here, I mean, you've seen the footage that I got of him coming home for the first time, and he just fit right in. Like, our dogs acted like they've known him all along. Like, it was the weirdest thing ever. And the most shocking thing was my cat, because my cat has a really hard time getting along with new dogs. Like, Lilo, not so much. Stitch, our beagle, which was our second dog that we got, they had a few months that, you know, she would like run away from him, wanted nothing to do with him. She would hiss at him. She knew that he was a puppy, so she did not like hurt him. But she did hiss at him and kind of like warn him, like, don't mess with me. Athena, we got her back in August from a shelter in North Carolina, and she just now, like last month in June, just got along with our cat Luna. Prior to that, she would run away. Athena would chase her. There was a few fights where she would like scratch her and run away. Yeah, it took a long time. And then with our new puppy, he just like, I think they just like faced each other, and she just looked at him, didn't hiss at him. They just kind of sniffed at each other, and then it was like, what's up? Welcome home. That was it. Like, it was the strangest thing ever, and I am so shocked. But he's perfect. He's the sweetest dog, calm. He walks so well with Melody when we take him out. He's just so loving, and he's so sweet. I love him, and I know that with time he's gonna get, you know, better at going potty outside and all of that, and I just can't wait for him to be, you know, there. And he learned how to use the doggy door like in a day. It was insane. I was shocked. He's super smart. He's eating well. He's getting along with the other 2 dogs well. So yeah, that is the update. And if you are wondering what we named him, so his name when we adopted him was Bastion, and I did not like that name. And the foster parent was like, by the way, you can change his name. Like, we just name dogs randomly and we can't keep up, so we just like randomly name all the dogs, whatever. So she's like, you guys are welcome to rename him. So he was gonna be named Jackson, but I was like, no, not Jackson. So then we were like, what about Cookie? And then my husband was like, what about Oreo? And I was like, oh my gosh, Oreo, that's perfect, because, you know, he's black and white. And I was like, that's perfect. So his name is Oreo. I hope you guys love all the puppy videos that I was able to, you know, accumulate throughout the entire week. But yeah, see you guys on the next vlog. Bye!